Liz, do you want to open in a minute?
Are you open? Sure, baby.
Right. Let's see if anyone. Right, so I'm going to get started. This is being recorded, so if there's any info on here that's confusing, obviously you can watch it. If you've got anybody in your team you can send this to, obviously you can absolutely do that as well. So Liz and me wanted to kind of like change things up a little, get spicy, get serious, because I would like to think that everybody on this call is committed. We want more than just social selling money. We really are here to build a business. So if you are on here and you just want to socially sell, that's absolutely fine. But this is really for people tonight that have that vision of earning a couple of grand a month, 5 to 10 grand a month, £20,000 a month, like the big juicy money that we're all here for. So we have decided to create a growth accelerator affiliate program, which is something that we're going to explain to you what it is tonight. And we are going to be doing this over the next 30, 60, 90 days. So we are on half term. In between that time, there's going to be Easter. I'm going on holiday. I'm going to have a baby, all these types of things. But this is a business, and to be able to qualify for trips and to have a business, you have to make do and figure out how you get the work that needs to be done in the chaos, day. I had a lady who had 5 kids, homeschooled from home, and still managed to do all these daily do's. So, the only excuse is the excuse that you're telling yourself. And just remember, it's okay to have, Liz calls them red days, which are days where you just do the bare minimum, but not doing anything will put you in the same position as what you're in now. And we're all here for more. So, our vision for our team is to, let me just close that one, is to become the fastest growing team in the UK and India market, empowering professionals, mums with confidence to be able to create the time freedom to fully be present, enjoy great skin, and inspire to change more lives. This then in turn will provide a leverage income for life, which can be handed down to future generations. So what does that mean? So as a whole, we are completely all dynamic. We have different backgrounds. We have corporate, we have skin health professionals, majority of mums, all of these types of things. There is no stigma of what fits here. But this is a business that can create time flexibility where you don't need to rely on childcare. You don't need to ask a boss for time off. You don't need to ask for, all of these types of things. And to have a business that's literally willable to your kids. So there are people at the top of the company with new skin that get messaged from other direct selling companies asking to buy their business. So you can create a business that's worth tens of thousands and millions of pounds, which is generational wealth for your kids. So this isn't just like a Mickey Mouse business. When you are serious and you're all in, like Liz and myself, this is a business that we know that we are building once, and it will literally be generational, hand down to our children, which is what we want. This is why we're all on here. We want to improve people, better our families' lives, our kids' lives. And this is the leverage side of things that you're going to get by doing these actions that we're going to explain. So, Liz, is there anything else you wanted to add with that?
No, it's perfect. I'm super, super excited.
So, reason why we're doing this as well is New Skin reward you with 2 success trips. So anybody that hasn't yet qualified for a success trip, you will get rewarded for 2 trips. It will be, this is essentially, it's like a business pleasure trip. So, you have business meetings and things like that. And then you then have the success trip, which is obviously for this year Montenegro, which is literally paradise, no work, no meetings, literally just leisure. So you can start qualifying for this the 1st of July. So the reason why we're doing this now is because this is going to put you in momentum, because this will finish kind of like I've got dates ready to start the 1st of July, and you need to be a lapis to do this. And a lapis is you becoming a brand representative and helping 2 other people, okay? And there's a monthly requirement of volume, which is around about 4,000 points a month. But again, don't panic about the how. Don't panic about, oh my God, like I've not got any team yet. Liz and me have been there and we're here now to show you it's possible. So the reason why we want you to do this is because if you do this now, you will have a team and you will have a business come the 1st of July. So the Utah trip will be for you and a plus one of your choice. It's about 3 nights. Your flights and your hotel are completely paid for. The only thing that you are provided to pay for is usually lunch if you want to eat out or anything like that. Usually with these trips that they'll kind of offer sandwich lunch in the days and then there'll be one gala dinner and then the other two evenings and breakfast you'll be having to provide. So I just want to make sure that that is, everything else is paid for other than you just pay for the food and all the other extra bits that you can do. Obviously, with this as well, you then get merchandise on the bed when you arrive for you and a plus one. You get 100 points in ADR points on yours and your plus one's account to spend in the new skin shop. So that's £200 worth of gifts that you can purchase for you and your plus one. And you get to meet the scientists, you get to meet the founders, you get to see the labs where all of these products are created and innovated. Then you go to the warehouse and you literally see products coming off the product line being pumped through. Like it is insane. And if you need the belief to think that, is this my future? Can I do this? Can I do this with my family? You need to get on this trip. And if you have somebody that isn't necessarily supportive, they don't quite understand, you need to get them on this trip. And I'm sure that you will agree with this, Liz, when you took your other half.
Yeah, so the way that we felt for these trips very similar for me in Tasman, it was COVID time. So actually, I ended up going on Utah should be your first trip, and then your next trip is your Ruby trip. But I ended up actually going on my Ruby Mauritius trip before the Utah trip. So it was kind of a bit backwards. So I was absolutely spoiled in Mauritius. It's probably the best trip I've ever been on. It was insane. I actually feel like it was a dream looking back. So then when my Utah was second, I had like before we went, I was thinking, oh, but that's like I've had a Ruby trip now. Like Utah's just not going to live up to the next trip. Like it's just not going to be as good. And if I could do any trip again, it would be this Utah trip because it's so special to go to the head office. Like they walk you around, you go and see all the labs for scientists, you go and have a meeting with the founders and speak to the scientists and hear all about the background of new skin and just like we all know the ins and outs, but just to sit with the founders, asking them questions, the scientists telling you all about the products and where all the ingredients come from and what they've done. And it just gives you that belief in the company. And I sat there with Scott listening to it all, and he came away just like, wow, this company is incredible. And I think there's only, well, probably most of us, our partners aren't that supportive. It does take up time. It's in the evenings, it's in unsocial times because a lot of us are doing it around families. And then being in the room and seeing this just completely changed everything for Scott. And to be paid to go to America, it was just a once in a lifetime experience. So yeah, if there's any trip that you need to be on, like it is the Utah trip and to take your partner with you or a plus one of someone who you think who wants to do the business. But yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So everybody needs to be on this trip and this is what we all need to be running for. And that's why we're doing what we're doing now. Just like Tasmin said, to put you in the best possible position to start this qualification strong. Like we don't want to be running in June and like, oh crap, I need another brand rep. I need to do this. Like we need to do it now. Like now is when we need to be hitting the brand reps. Now is when we need to start doing the volume. So come July, just like breeze through it and fly through it. You don't even have to think and stress about it. We need to be doing the work today.
And I mean, you could get engaged like Liz did on a rock
Oh
in the
yeah, forgot
mountain.
about that.
So, this is the thing that these trips are so special. Like I was able to take my mum. There was other people in New Skin that I'd never met in Heathrow Airport that we met. We got on the plane together. Obviously, all inclusive food on the plane, 10-hour direct flight. Like it is literally amazing. And
It's
Liz
maybe
and
a new
me,
forged our friendship. Like we didn't
yeah.
really know each other before this trip.
So exactly, and it usually is a 6 month qualification. So the qualifiers that are going this year only did four. So New Skin are doing everything they can to make it possible for you to get on this trip. So, it's 4 months that you need to say to your loved ones, I'm doing this. This is the reason why I'm doing this. I may be on calls, I may be going to events, I may be a little bit delayed, but this is why I'm doing it. And when you have that accountability with your loved one or whoever you're taking, it just sets the bar completely different. So, Liz, do you want to touch through this?
I can do. So we're not obviously changing loads from what we've been doing over the last 3 months in regards to what we're focusing on and our vision. It's all the same, nothing's changing. We've still got the same product focuses that we've always had. We don't want to be like shifting from one product to another product. Like, what is your obsession with one of your products, like use that product. For me, at the minute, it's a well spa. It might be, I also do the Lume spa, but whether I can't take collagen, so I can't become obsessed with it, but you may be obsessed with collagen and take it every day, and that's your product to build your ADRs. And we're not changing. We've got the same kind of 5 products that are our product focus, and then one what we become obsessed with. Nothing's changing with that. But what we just want to get absolutely nailed is that, like Tasmin said earlier, that even on the bad days, you're doing your numbers. So you know coming off this call what your numbers are, what you need to be doing on the good and the bad days. And if you're a mum, me and Lauren speak most days, like it's half term, it is crazy, it is hard, like you feel like you don't even come up for air. But me and Lauren can both at the end of the day say we've still done our numbers, and it might not be the numbers that we want to do, but we may do when the kids are at school, but we're doing them and we're consistent and they're there. And that's what you need to make sure that you're doing, because every time you take your foot off the gas, and you have a bad day, the ball stops rolling and it's really hard to get it going again. So you need to be clear and know that even when your house blows up, that at the end of the day, because that's what it feels like sometimes in my house, but at the end of the day, you know that you can fit in your minimums and your red day numbers and they're there. And I know for my business to keep going, I have to do them. We was talking about our why last week, and I was talking about why I can't go back to what I was doing. Like that is why I do my numbers every day, even on the hard days. Like no matter what, I will not go to bed until they're done. I make sure that I fit them in. So we have written down some minimum numbers that I want you to all either take a screenshot of, write them down, and hold yourself accountable that if you want to do this business and you want to build and you want to grow and you want this month to be different to last month, this year to be different than last year, that you have got to hold yourself accountable. If you can't do that, find a buddy, get someone on this call, message him after this. Do you mind if every day I send you my numbers just so I know I'm holding myself accountable and I'm getting them done? Because it's so easy sometimes to be like, oh, no one will know. It's just one day. It's just one day. But I always say to Scott, because he'll say to me, like, it's been a really shit day, Liz. Like, just give yourself a break. And I'm like, but I could say that 200 days a year. So I can't give myself a break. Like, if I want to do this business, I'm a business person, I have to do the numbers. So 5 to 10 stories per day. And I know sometimes it can feel a lot. And even myself, like I'm very consistent because I've been doing it a long time and I literally just snap everything. But some days when I haven't come up for air because it's half term, I'm like, oh, I've only put like one thing on this morning. I'm not being active in 12 hours. Go and find things and catch up and do some stories and put something on there to get some engagement going. There's nothing wrong with sometimes, don't be hard on yourself if you've had a hard day, if you've been in work all day, if you've been doing something, you've not been online for several hours, but just catch up, put some things on to build some engagement throughout the night. So 5 to 10 per day is the goal. And we talk about all this time, but it's not just new skin, like it's something about you, your branding. It's what's going to build engagement, get people in your inbox, get people reaching out to you, asking you questions. What is it that you're wearing? I mean, I put a story on earlier just in good light, talking about my day. So many people commented about my top. A girl asked me about what foundation I wear. She's like, I hope you don't mind, but your skin always looks amazing. So I sold her a foundation and Instaglow off the back of that. But it's not me talking about business, but it's still attracting business. So 5 to 10 stories per day, 3 reels per week. So this is something that I've never been great at. Tasman has built in it and bringing in new eyes through reels on Instagram, and she uses the girls and she'll go and buy a bundle of clothes from M&S or take them into Primark, try on loads of clothes with them, take some videos, and she doesn't even buy them. You don't have to buy them. She'll literally send them back or and just make a reel out of it and say like amazing summer pajamas that I found for the girls, like a cute shopping summer spree for swimwear from M&S. Like it can be anything. So I've decided and I held myself accountable. If you go onto my Instagram, you will see that last month I probably shared one reel in the whole month, if that. Like I was rubbish, but if you go on to this month, I have done one pretty much every other day. And we all have to start somewhere. And I think I put it off because I was like, well, I'm just not that good at reels. But unless you start, you're not going to get good. So I'm like, right, they're probably going to be shit. No one's probably going to like them. Probably not going to get many views, but I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm just going to learn from them. And the ones that are successful, they're the ones I'll learn off and I'll tweak and I'll get better. So I've been using trending audios. I've been On my days where I think, oh, I've not shared a reel in 2 days, I need to share something. I've been looking for ideas, I've been going on, but then I've just been finding like a live video, photo that I've got, and then put it in slow-mo. I'm putting something on it, some caption, and then using the text. I use Chat GPT to make sure that my text's right. Like I'll write out some text and I'll ask it to perfect it and then tweak it. So you haven't got to be a perfectionist. You just got to start somewhere with these kind of things. So if you're not someone like me that does reels, just start, just do them. Just do for a week, find an area, whatever it is. I decided that I think I spoke about it on this call, but I was going to talk about like my mental health. So I was like, just find something different every day. What helps my mental health? Going out for a walk, doing exercise. And from there, different ideas have come to me. So just think, if I'm going to do for a week, what are they going to be about? Incorporating things that are going to get people into your inbox. And then go as live as many times as you can. Like I said earlier, I went live and it meant someone actually reached out to me and bought a foundation and an Instaglow today, but it was just talking about the kids and life. People just want to see that I wasn't on there going, oh, my skin looks great. Like I've hardly got anything on. It's a bit of tint and moisturizer, but I was talking about the kids and life and being busy. And people just want to know that you're a normal person. And when they hear you talking, even though it not always be, oh, I've had the most fantastic day, sometimes it's, oh, I've had a hard day. We just see that you're a normal human being. So yes, we want to go live with products. Yes, we want to be sharing stuff. If you've got a VIP group, anything like that, going live in there, but just being a human being on your story so people can hear you and know that you are real. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear the bank Scott's doing the pots? Is that okay? Okay. And we put 50 to 100 engagement is key. Now, when I first started doing this, that number scared the life out of me. I was like, how on earth am I going to do 50 to 100 engagements? But it's the engagements that builds the relationships with people. And if you're new to engagements or you put it off, I remember thinking, oh, people are going to think I'm weird. But don't, like, you are doing something nice, like give love to get love. If you saw someone in the street and they said, oh, that top's lovely, but you didn't know them, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's so weird. You'd be like, how lovely is that? And it's exactly the same thing. We work online. So tips for engagement, I find, is always make sure you do your birthdays. Because if you wish everybody happy birthday, even if it's not just on the wall, like drop into their inbox and just wish them a happy birthday. It's a really nice thing to do. And that means throughout a year, you will have literally messaged every single person on your Facebook. So you may be able to do like 5 to 10 birthdays a day. That's a chunk done. You could do first thing in the morning before you've even got out of bed. Do engagement posts. So I'll often on like it's a holiday every day, like what's a good farm to go to, anything that's personal to me. So I've got some personal things with Ted. So I've asked some questions, which I did want to know the answer to, but it builds engagement and people are in my inbox. But anything you can think of, like I put on about eye makeup remover. I've got really sore eyes, new skin now, don't do an eye makeup remover. What's the best eye? I have flooded people coming into my inbox, sending me stuff, like stuff that's going to get engagement going. And then the other thing that I do is my team know that I do this. So I do engagement posts, I do my birthdays, but I only count my outgoings. So I actually do a lesser number than that. But I know what I'm doing is just sole outgoing. So literally spending 20 minutes on Facebook and 20 minutes on Instagram in an evening. I tend to do them in the evening because I think I do all my reach outs in the day, stuff that's going to take brain capacity. And at night, when I may want to sit and watch telly, I probably at the same time will be scrolling anyway. So that's when I do things like engagement. It's not a hard thing to do. You still can be watching your series and doing whatever, but just then going through your friends, customers as well. Don't forget people that bought from you. Go onto their walls, find what they're up to, and find something to either message them about or comment on. They've just gone on holiday, looks amazing. Where did you go? A friend earlier just gone on a walk, or was it suitable to take Albie? Can I take the pram? How far is the drive? Like, just make sure that you're building these relationships up with people because that gives them the confidence to reach out to you when you're sharing about the products or sharing about the business. Like, if you're not reaching out to them and speaking and building that relationship, when they see you sharing a product, they'll probably just go and Google it. Like, you want them to reach out to you. You want them to have the confidence to say, oh, Lauren, that product looks amazing. Can you tell me a bit more about it? But if you've never reached out to them and had a conversation with them, you might be a bit nervous too. So just make sure that you are continually, this main thing that's going to grow your business is engagement with people. Like, don't think it's nothing. Like, it's a huge part of this business is relationship building. Do you want to add anything to that, Tasmin?
No, that's perfect.
Okay, so special. Do you want me to get going a bit or do you want to take over, Taz?
No, you carry on.
So Sorry, I'm just like special offers. Obviously we've dropped this into the chat, so this is running until the 31st of May, and there is a 30% discount. So let's make sure we're maximizing and using these because there is some incredible products in there. A lot of these that are, I mean, Pillar Glow is one of our key products anyway. The collagen's on there with the pump, which is one of our main products. So use these, maximize them, get products. Like the main thing is to get products into hand. If someone's tried whatever product it is, they will be obsessed and they'll want to know about more of the products. So with this discount, it's a great way to get products into people's hands. And then obviously, once they love the products, we all know most of us on here were product users to begin with. We can flip them to the business. So it's just a great way with a discount to get more products into hands. So that'll run until the 31st of May. Also, can I just add on that? I know we put it in the chat before. If anyone's had anything that's working, please, 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 I keep saying it, but please put it in the chat. Like if you've been doing something with the sale and it's particularly worked well and you've sold products doing it, like please share your ideas in the group chat. That's what it's there for. Don't feel like, oh, I'm new to the business or whatever, I can't share that. If it's working, like share it and we can share ideas in that group chat. Thank you. And then I don't know if anybody's seen, I think we might have shared it in the group chat as well, but New Skin are now giving out these sample flyers while with the sticks, sample sticks while stock lasts. So this is kind of when we've talked in the past about white glove service to customers, like make sure that we're doing these little extra things for them. So when you're sending them a product, sending them a freebie like the sample so they can try it with some information. I know a lot of us use links now, so we don't have the opportunity to do it, but this is how incredible New Skin is. Like they're doing that for us. Like even if we're sending links, they're actually sending in now these samples to try with the leaflets. So this will be while stocks last. So you can let your customers know, make sure that if they're ordering, find out if they've got it. So you can check in with them, see if they like it, ask them the questions, and see if you can get people onto the ADR. Don't let this opportunity slide where you don't even check in with them and ask them about it. And then she'll pass back to you for a bit, Tess.
Yeah, sure. So, in terms of kind of how you're going to do this, we obviously want to incorporate the special offers that we have, and then obviously alongside our incentive, sorry, I spelled that wrong, incentive with the new kits that New Skin are now rewarding us for. So, this qualification is already live now and it runs until the end of June. And this is where you will personally help any single new affiliate that you sign up or a member sell £500 worth of DCSV. So it's like £500 worth of products. So when they do this, they will then obviously have their own account. New Skin will email them and they will then give them an email to say, here is your free reward. And it's some of these kits. So obviously you've got the retinol or the True Line Corrector. You've got the collagen with the vitamin C collagen serum pump. And then you've then got like a glow kit which includes some of the nutricentials products and they are worth up to £145. So there is no better way to incentivize your customer if they already know the products. You know, you would literally say, I know you're loving your LumiSpa, I know you're loving your collagen, you know, would you be interested in making some money online? I can show you how to sell them and you can also earn a free, you know, kit up to £145 on the collagen that you've been saying you're interested in or the retinol that you're interested in. And you, as an affiliate, if you personally become a brand representative within this period and you help three of your members or other team sell £500 worth of points, you earn £130 nearly. Okay, so there's an incentive for you to go and help new people. They then get that free kit, which again will make them strong affiliates because they will be like, oh my God, I never get recognition and rewarded like this. And then you, as the brand representative, then sharing what's possible, you then get rewarded £130, you know, each person you help. So, you know, this is really important to kind of like recognize Liz and me through COVID. We had like sell for Lumi spas. You got like a £200 kit. And I was saying the other day, like I literally had about 20 boxes of free kits that I like earned just by selling four Lumi spas. So this is great for, you know, recruitment and things like that. But honestly, your customers are your best recruits. So, you know, look after them. Like Liz said, give them that white glove service. But we are going to help you send some messages to these people just to say, I know you're loving X. Would you be interested in making some money online? And you got to think, them selling £500 worth of products, they're going to be earning two to three to £400 based on what they sell. So not only are they going to earn profit to think, oh my God, like I'm working full time and I can earn this income part time, and I'm being rewarded with a free kit of worth £145. And they say that if you have a customer that has five products or more in their bathroom, they will literally be a customer for life. And this is a great helping hand that Nuskin are doing by giving them these products. So if there's anything here that isn't clear, obviously just reach out to Liz and myself and we can just make sure that you understand that. But what does this Growth Accelerator affiliate program involve? So this really is something, it's nothing personal. So if you're sat on this call and you think, do you know what, it's not for me, that is fine. There is no, there is no pressure, there's no expectation. But Liz and me really, really, really want to help push and support people that are all in with this. So this is a list of your daily non-negotiables, and you will have to account to Liz and myself every single night before you go to bed. So I don't want you to think that we're being your bosses. It's not about that. It's accountability, because I knew when I was sending my numbers, the lady who I was sending them to, I massively respected her and she kept me on track on the shit days when everything went Pete Tong. So I knew, because I had to check in every night, I couldn't just put zeros. I had to physically do something, because she would then say to me, you're not where you want to be. Look at the numbers you've done. And you kind of have to rub salt in the wound a little bit. And that's what we're here for, that we're here to coach and guide you. We cannot help you if we don't have any idea on what your business looks like. So screenshot this. This is going to be your daily non-negotiables over the next 30 days. Then we're going to run another 30 days, and then we're going to run another 30 days, which literally takes us to like the first week in July. So you would essentially be in your first week's worth qualification for Utah. So, statistics, the majority of you on here probably won't even do 30 days, but please make sure that you are one of those people, because that, like Liz said, that, if you want a different month from last month or a different year from last year, this is where it all comes from. So we want you to record your reach outs and business asks. So if you're sat here new and you haven't yet done this, we are here to help you. We are looking for you to contact and speak to 5 to 10 people, and that isn't just sending 5 to 10 messages. 5 to 10 people need to come back to you to say, hey, Liz, thank you so much. I'm sort of interested. Tell me more. Liz, I'm not interested, or yes. We are not looking for the fact that you've sent 50 asks. The higher the ratio of people that you ask, the more likely you'll get to those 5 to 10. If you're only messaging 5 people, you probably won't even get one response back. So set an expectation that this is going to be a bit painful. You're going to have to figure out how you're going to do this. If you're working full time, you've got kids off half term, this is what makes you qualify for the trip and all those other luxuries that Noose can offer. 5 to 10 follow-ups per day. So this could be business or product related. So if you've messaged somebody, you've sent them a link of the business briefing and they've not replied to you, 24 hours later, hey, just checking in. Have you had time to look at the video or whatever based on a product? 15 people on three ways or business briefings every single month. So over a 28 to a 31-day period, that is literally less than one person per day. That is a bare minimum of like kind of like our core habits to be able to kind of like, get to where you want to be. And like Liz said, that these numbers are going to feel really, really kind of like, oh my God. But you have to understand that if you want different, that this is what it takes. And this is what Liz and me have done to build the businesses that we've done, because it just literally is what it takes. And the great thing I love with Nuskin is everything's blueprint. So if you do these numbers, it won't lie. And the fact is, you're tracking them, it won't lie. And we have evidence to kind of say this is what we need to do more of. And every single person on this call, and Liz and me can vouch for this, we don't get 15 people on three ways or business briefings a month. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the OTG ones, which is where people around the UK and Europe present the business. If you're sat home and you don't know how to present the business, that is what those calls are for. Then after that, if you've had somebody on a business briefing, you then engage them in a three-way chat with Liz or myself. We will then break it down in how they can get started and if they want to get started and how much money they want to make, for example. So we are looking for you to make us run ragged and we want to be on back-to-back calls every single night. That is what Liz and my job's predominant job for in here, not just to socially sell. We are here to help you build your businesses and to help recruit people to, help the 2 to 4 to 5,000 GSV every single month become easier. Liz has obviously mentioned about the engagements, and this is honestly probably like the number one key thing amongst all the business asks, a minimum of 30 minutes of reading of something personal development. So no Colleen Hoover or whatever that author is, none of that. Personal development or a podcast. And if you need something to kind of, you know, um, figure out what it is, Liz and me can kind of send you things that we do. And I know particularly in one of our other chats, our team are quite good at sending things that they've listened to in the podcasts. But Liz and me were the same last year, that we had to go into this like group where we had to read. And Liz was like, I don't have time to read, like I just listened to a podcast. There's a reason why people are millionaires, because they read more than 30 to 50 books a year. This is exactly the same thing. So if you want goals like that, you have to do what successful people do, which is this. So, and I'm exactly the same. And I absolutely love reading now. Absolutely love the Mel Robbins book, by the way, at the minute. It is insane. But if you can just imagine, if you're doing all the business asks, all the follow-ups, all the social selling, but you're doing none of the personal development, you are literally going to go around in a circle. So how I think every reach out I do, I follow it up with an affirmation or, a 30-minute podcast. Then I'm going to do a follow-up. Then I'm going to do this. It is pointless literally having a business where you do all of this action and very little personal development on yourself. And honestly, guys, this business is 90% mindset. If you are not here learning and growing and thriving, your business and your actions will never equal out. So, those of you that commute to work, rather than listening to the radio telling you how many people have died, all of that negative shit, you need to be listening to something that fuels your body. If you don't have confidence to do live, if you don't have confidence to do lives, get on YouTube and learn the confidence. If you don't know how to make a sale, get on YouTube, learn how to make a sale. It is all out there. Hundreds of years worth of personal development that people have actually blueprinted for us. We just have to spend the time reading it and learning it. Okay, so take a note of this. And obviously, last but not least, we've obviously got the DPS, which anybody new on here will explain what that is, but it's just a positive statement that you write a year from now, saying where you want to be, what pin title, how much money you want to make, and the actions that you're willing to do. And then obviously affirmations, these are really, really important. I done an exercise with some of you last week. I told you for a minute to write down all the things, related to I am. And some of them are still quite negative. So we need to make sure that everything we think about, we create. So if you're thinking that you can't sell, if you're thinking that you can't recruit, if you're thinking that, you live on the other side of the world and, you don't have a team and, you can't go to events, like you are the only person that's sabotaging your business. That is literally how it works. So if you are interested, after this call, Liz and me are going to create this group. The Montenegro group is going to close for anybody that's in that, because the success trip practically is over now for those qualifying. And this is going to take a step into that. And as I said, that we will be asking and kind of like, there's no expectation, but for you to check in with us every single night based on these numbers. And really, if you miss it once, we'll give you another chance. If you miss it twice, we'll give you another chance. If you miss 3 stages out of this 90-day run, you are out of the group. And like I said, that is nothing personal, but we really just want to work with people that are serious, that are willing to do the numbers. And that is literally it. So, Liz, is there anything else that you wanted me to touch on, or did you want to add before we close the call?
No, and I know you just said, excuse me, but it's people who we want to work with. It's not to say that we don't want to work with you. If you're not doing these numbers, it's just that this group is for people that are really wanting to push for businesses further and they want to sell and they've got big dreams and goals and they're part of this vision. If you're not yet and you're not ready, that is fine. We'll work with you where you're at, but obviously you're probably just not ready to be in my group yet. So if you do go out on the third strike, like I said, it's nothing personal. It's just that maybe when we do the next run, you will be ready and you're not yet in that position to be ready. So yeah, but yeah, super
And I think
excited.
one
Sorry,
last thing as well is that obviously with the Montenegro group, we were having extra team calls with them every single week. So opposed to just having like a beginning of the month and end of the month call, we were having calls with these people every single Wednesday, and then every single Monday we were doing something else with them. So plus the one-to-one that we give you every single day with the 3 ways that you're going to be getting us onto all of these types of things. And yeah, so just be busy being busy. And honestly, like if you feel like you're asking 101 questions, that's what we want. That's what Liz and me are here for. We want you to thrive and grow and to really see what this business opportunity can do for all of you. So we're gonna create the chat. And so I will send a link in the chat. Please only add yourself if you are willing and you are committed to give these next 30 days a go. But like Liz said, there is no expectation. We just really want you to thrive and to really maximize what we have on offer right now. So thank you so much for your time, ladies. If anybody has any questions, reach out. And this will be uploaded and sent if you obviously want to replay. All right, ladies.
Thanks, girls.
Take care.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.